And I saw that. I was like, oh, my little polar bear. I miss him. He used to love me. Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Falcons Corner. I always do this with my hands like I'm up to something.
I know.
Like
evil. Maybe you are.
I'm always up to something. Voice of the Falcons is Mike Ricker. Good guy to know. Coach Bird, co-host, and then SID, TD Tom.
TD Tom.
Behind the camera.
Just behind the camera with a voice of an angel from behind the camera.
Yes. That was a very nice picture you put up of yourself last week, by the way.
Yeah.
It was very handsome.
I got a lot of mileage out of that headshot from my wedding 7 years ago, you know?
Maybe I'm going to start using my headshots from my wedding.
I think you should.
It was such a happy time.
It was.
All right, yeah, so I'm going to use my wedding
All
headshot.
right.
I'll go through the archives, Ferg, and send
I'll
one
find
in.
mine.
Yes.
Mine's easy to find because I just had it yesterday. So
You were just posting.
Well, you had an anniversary,
that's
right?
what I mean. Yesterday, so I could find my wedding pictures pretty quick.
Very good.
Falcon Sports.
Back to Falcon Sports. A little love.
Right.
Yes, we love love.
Yes.
All right, football, speaking of love, got back into the win column. They are now 3-2, moved up a couple spots in the rankings to number 11.
Right.
It was a tale of two halves for me. So I think the offense played really good in the first half, and the defense was trying to find their footing a little bit on a soggy, rainy day up there in Sussex. And then seemed like the defense turned it on a little bit in the second half, and the offense said, okay, let's go, just take over this game, defense, and we'll just not turn the ball over and get out of here, and let's get dry.
I have to defer to Ferg on this one because I was not around any Falcon sports from Friday until Monday.
Right.
So I got nothing.
Is that why you're wearing red today, too, because you're so much in love?
Yeah, I am. October is the love month, right? I love February. But yeah, no, so I saw the results, I read up on it and things like that, but I didn't get an opportunity to watch any of it.
I think you're right, though. It was kind of a tale of two halves. The offense really came to play in that first half.
Right.
Ran the ball pretty much at will.
Yep.
Sussex couldn't stop that. Sussex, to their credit, was throwing the ball a little bit.
Right.
Our guys were not really able to prevent them from throwing in, but we score a touchdown to make it 28-18, and then we get a safety on a bad snap on a punt towards the end of the second quarter that Gene Townsell, who's in on every play you could think of, was there to make the tackle in the end zone to get those 2 points. And I felt like that kind of took the wind out of the sails of Sussex a little bit.
Yeah.
They didn't really have many more sustained drives the rest of the way.
And to their credit, I mean, they hung with us in the first half. I think that's the most competitive team that they've had, since we've been playing.
I think so.
I did say that.
I think so. But our guys kept the ball on the ground on a day where they really couldn't throw. Maurice Edwards had 111 yards.
Right.
Galamai Momoba had 91 yards and 2 scores. And we got a pick six at the end of it with Josiah Woods grabbing it and going 74 yards the other way.
Which helps expand that lead a little bit. It makes that win look a little bit more impressive. And then Chris Campanelli just stuffed the middle of the field.
He was, he was really, really good early on. Even when the defense maybe as a whole wasn't at their best.
Right.
He was in the
he had
backfield
constant pressure, on the quarterback and really did a good job.
He had just switched kind of from defensive tackle to defensive end the last 2 weeks. And that has kind of opened him up a little bit, I think, to be more involved in plays, and obviously it gets Coy Rainey opportunities as defensive tackle.
Utilize his athleticism
there's some giant size on that line right now. Coy and Chris.
Yep.
And let's not forget Chris came here 2 years ago or 2.5 years ago as an offensive lineman. So he's just making that transition last year. So he's still learning. defense.
position.
But a football guy's a football guy.
That's it. If you're an athlete,
Yes.
don't try to overdo it. Right?
Well,
Just
if we ever
athlete,
get,
you
if
can
we
find it. And,
yeah, well, he might not be an athlete, but
yeah, well, you can say that.
he's a
Tony.
farmer. He's got farm strength.
You can't beat that. That's like having an old man strength.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Sometimes you don't understand it.
He is athlete of the week.
Yes.
For his performance. If we do get a chance to talk to him, you have to ask him about his farming.
I do. And I'm trying to track him down. There have been some extenuating circumstances that
Of
might
course.
make it a little difficult,
Right.
but I'm going to try my best.
They have, the family owns a farm and is known for their
Sullivan County,
turkeys
right?
and
I think we talked about turkeys last year.
yeah, and stuff too. So,
Cool.
he could get into some nice description of how well he does all that work on the farm. He lets me know if he has a special shirt on that I use this to
do this
to work with turkeys.
That's funny.
Yes, and stuff too. So, but congratulations to Chris and the football team. They are back at it this Saturday, 4 o'clock, home matchup against rival Monroe College.
Yeah, the Mustangs.
Scranton Memorial Stadium. Yes, 4 o'clock kickoff. LackawannaFalcons.com/live.
Yeah.
Ferg is on the call.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Always a rivalry when Monroe and us
Yeah.
get together. We've won the last 4, but they've been pretty entertaining
Right,
games
and they're
too.
always entertaining and they're always close. And
Well, they recruit the same kids we do. We have
Right.
we have a good relationship with their coaching staff, and that that everybody kind of knows each other.
Right.
So you've developed that rivalry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So looking forward to that at 4 o'clock. And if you can't get down to Memorial Stadium, LackawannaFalcons.com/live. Tune in to Ferg.
That's
That's
it.
right.
Are you on by yourself again on the call?
I think so, unless we can get Coach McCary or somebody else to join
Someone.
me. It might
I
just
don't
be
think
me.
you'll get him
Okay.
this weekend. But
It might be busy. So, all right. So volleyball had a match last Saturday. Also, was supposed to be a tri-match.
supposed to be a tri-match.
Turned
but
into one single and lost in 5.
yeah,
Yeah, it was.
Lehigh Carbon's good.
Yeah.
They are, and it was. I think they're receiving votes. If not, they might actually be ranked nationally in Division III.
Right.
And it was a match where we led 2-1. We had a dominant 25-13 third set, and we were up 22-20 in the fourth set. And Lehigh Carbon just kind of snuck back in front, won that in extras at 28-26, and then ended up winning the fifth set.
Right. I mean, kudos to volleyball. I mean, they have, I think, 4 losses on the season. 3 of them have been 5-setters, right? I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Oh,
they're-
yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, Hartford is a different type of team, right?
Sure.
But we were competitive in those 3 sets in that loss, in that sweep. But our other losses have come in 5-setters, I think, right?
I think. Well, I think
Maybe
the
one other sweep.
One other
to,
one
Penn
was Mount
State.
Alto.
Yeah, Mount Alto.
Was a sweep at Mount
Right,
Alto,
but
but
the other
lost in
Reigning
5 sets to
national
Karen.
champions for their you know what I mean, for their
Lost in
their
5
league.
sets to Karen, and obviously lost in 5
Right.
sets to
Right.
Lehigh
Yeah,
Carbon.
so they're still out there competing. They were on the road yesterday, which is
yeah.
today, which
Yeah.
is tomorrow.
Yeah, they're going to Montgomery
So the
County
results will be
Community
here.
College, and we just had that was Harrisburg a couple
Yes.
weeks ago.
Yeah.
Well, we had
was-
Monco last month
Right.
with Westchester in a tri-match.
Okay.
It was here. That's
yeah,
right.
that was
Yeah.
here, and we
So
swept
we head out
Monco.
on the road. I think they're at 6 o'clock tonight.
Yep.
They'll take the ride down 476 and compete, and then after that they come back and play again on Saturday at Northampton with the tri-match with Harcum and
Right. Which would be a good competitive tri-match.
yeah. So the schedule kind of builds for them to be able to be very well prepared for the postseason when the time comes.
And that's going to be big because it's Del Tech and Northampton.
I'm sorry, not Harcum.
Yes.
Yeah.
And obviously Del Tech we beat earlier this year in a sweep, but it was really, really competitive.
Yeah.
We
Right.
all watched it, so we know
Yeah.
that's going to be big. And then Northampton has won 19 straight matches dating back to 2010
All right.
against Lackawanna College.
Okay.
But they maybe aren't quite as good as they have been in years past. They're still good.
Right.
And we obviously have a
Gotten
much improved
significantly
team.
better.
So
Right.
I think this should be very competitive.
Yeah.
The first of 2 matches we're playing Northampton this year.
Good.
So.
Right.
Awesome. So that'll be exciting. And if there's a link to that match, you'll toss it up there.
Yes.
Putting the link to tonight's match, yesterday's match is useless
Doesn't
because
really
you
help
can't go
us,
back.
yeah.
Yes, that's
You
helps.
can go back and watch
But
it.
if you want to go back.
But it is on YouTube because Monco streams all their stuff.
All right.
So.
Okay, good. But Saturdays, you'll get all that taken. LackawannaPalkins.com and social media,
Yeah.
all that other good stuff. Women's soccer had a tough matchup against perennial power Mercer, but
They did.
4-0, right? Was the final?
4-0.
Lindsay
1-0
Tasker had
1-0 at
8,000
halftime.
saves.
Yeah,
Saturday.
Lindsay
41
Tasker
saves.
was great. We I think it's officially that we got it more to 25.
Okay.
Or 21 or 25, somewhere around there. But
And not every time, and just so we know, in the soccer world, not every time someone shoots the ball is it a shot on goal.
Right.
Or every time the goalkeeper touches the ball, it's not a shot.
Right.
Just so
therefore
we're
it's
aware
not
of
a
some
save.
of that, right? You know what I mean?
Yes.
No, but if a ball just trickles back and they pick it up, no. And sometimes the rule of thumb is if the goalkeeper's not there, would the ball have rolled in?
Yes.
then that's it. But every time they touch it, it's not necessarily safe. But every time someone tries to shoot it, if they send it 30 yards over the goal, it's not a shot on goal.
Right.
It's not on the frame.
Right.
Anyway, so that's a pet
But-
peeve.
No, that's okay.
But the point is, she had a really great game.
Right.
We really had no possession to speak of. Honestly, Mercer kind of kept it in the defensive third for the Falcons the whole match, but only giving up a goal about 17 minutes before halftime,
Yeah.
and then keeping it at 1-0 there, and then eventually that pressure kind of breaks through.
It wears you down.
Yeah.
And the huge step up, though, from years past.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
But I think even exchanging messages with Coach Bederka, who was sending me the stats and all that on Saturday, he was very, very happy with how they played.
Good.
And very, very happy with
that's
that
great.
kind of
I mean,
result,
in the
you know?
past, you were looking at a double-digit loss.
Yep. Yeah.
you know,
Even
in that
this
game.
year to Hagerstown
Right.
to go from that match to a 4-0
the
loss at
improvement
home,
Right.
is
much
Yeah,
improved.
yeah. Kudos to the
Yeah,
women's soccer,
yeah,
all those
absolutely.
girls putting work in, and Coach Bederka and his staff.
Yeah, I mean, there's I can't get over the 4-0 regardless of possession. Like,
Right.
you could not have possession and it could be 13-0. You know what I mean? And just knowing, even 10, 12, 15 years ago when I was coaching, Mercer was the benchmark for our conference. Brookdale and Mercer, and to have that is awesome. So
Yep.
kudos to them
Good.
for working
And they're
hard.
back at it Saturday, 12 o'clock home match, Shouse Stadium in Dunmore, PA, 0.9 miles away.
Yeah, against Essex.
Yes.
I think their last game of the season last year was against Essex, and a bad taste in the mouth about how that went. And Essex played Mercer a couple weeks ago and lost, I think, either 7-1 or 9-1.
Okay.
So if you're looking at it on paper, a 4-0, a 9-1, and seeing it, I definitely think that the Falcons can,
Nice.
not just be competitive. I think they can win.
Could win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And speaking of winning, you haven't won yet because your game was postponed last week. You're back at
Yeah,
it too.
we're on 2.5 week layoff.
Yeah, so you're finally back on the
teams
pitch.
dropping their program, weather playing a factor, because it's a grass field and it's the only one we're on this year. So we've had a little bit of a layoff,
Right.
which
That's
was
okay.
good because we can come back from some injury.
Yep.
It's also meant long time and they're getting antsy, and then
Well, of course.
we might have
No
some
one
other
likes the
things
practice.
going in. And when you don't have a lot of players, injuries become a very big factor.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially in the highly competitive. But we're back in action.
On Saturday at 2 o'clock.
No, on
No, on
Thursday.
Thursday. That's right. Today.
We're going to
Yesterday.
Union County College, or actually, they're Union College now.
Union College.
Out in Cranford is where the campus is. That is not where the field is. 6 o'clock. So we got a night game out there.
Bring your pillow for the ride home.
That's it, man. It's a long day when you're, so now I know what those basketball coaches feel like in the winter months. So 6 o'clock, and it'll be exciting to play. We're finally at, in a sense, full strength.
Right, good.
So hopefully we'll be more competitive than we were in our last match. I think we will because we've had an opportunity to build a little bit of chemistry.
Okay.
Yeah.
But only having 13 at practice and going against each other a lot of the time, there's only so much you can do.
Right.
And we don't know what to fix because we can't see what's been exposed and what's wrong. And then we're part of the doubleheader on
On
Saturday.
Saturday at 2 o'clock.
At 2 o'clock, we're Northampton Community
Yes.
College is going to come up here and play right after.
Good.
So
LackawannaFalcons.com/live. Busy day. Go from 12 to 2 to 4. So if your subscription to
It's well worth it.
LackawannaFalcons.com/live is well worth it. A full
on
day,
one day.
of Falcon sports.
What a Saturday.
Will Danny's match Thursday today be live streamed?
Union does live stream.
All right,
And,
so-
and they typically do have soccer streams.
So if you're watching this Thursday morning or Thursday afternoon, you
Tune
want
in
to watch
tonight.
soccer,
Tune in tonight.
tune in tonight.
Hey, we don't get to say that very often.
Yeah,
know.
right?
Tune in tonight.
Go to LackawannaFalcons.com for any information, or Twitter, Facebook. Ferg's got that link up there. That
That's
bad boy.
right.
Good luck.
Ferguson T at Lackawanna.edu. Do not contact me.
Yes.
I'll be in coach mode at that point.
Yes, and good luck today,
Thanks.
even though it's tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully we get a W. These
Yeah.
guys deserve it.
Yeah.
They're- not that anything's handed to you, but they've been the hand they were dealt and having to deal with me as their coach.
Well, if you come in Friday and your desk isn't in your office and you see it in the parking garage with all the other stuff, then we would know that you lost.
Yep.
All right.
Or if I'm just not here.
All right, good luck. If Chris is talking, we're going to bring him up after these brand new Falcon commercials.
Get out of here.
Brand spanking new.
All right.
All right, we'll be back in the Falcons Corner. Take flight.
we didn't have that before.
We got to have a camera. We should have a camera like way up above you and get like a down shot, like just from behind you. Especially for that entrance you just did.
I don't know if that
would
would be a great view, to be honest.
Well, just to get that shot though. How you got us back in after that.
He did. That was smooth.
Yeah, it was
All
nice.
right.
I like that. All right, voice
we're
of the
back.
Falcons, Mike Rickert, Coach Berg, co-host, good guy to know, and TD Tom, SID. All right, we got to wrap up. Softball had their golf tournament this past weekend. I think they had better weather than last year. I didn't get a chance to talk to Coach Pitt because we were out of the McKinney Athletic Performance Center. It shut down for the week. We had a lift in the Student Union Fitness Center, which made everything crazy. So I didn't get a chance to ask how that worked out for him. But I saw some pictures and stuff
Looked
too.
like it. Good turnout. Saw the usual suspects, Coach Rob Martin, girls basketball coach from Valley View, and longtime supporter of the program, and Ben Lorenzetti, a former coach within the program.
Okay.
And, so you see, there's a lot of good pictures, and the kids were there, and so it was great. So they were off from playing last week because of that, but they're back playing this weekend.
Right, which is nice. Is we got both our spring sports that participate in the fall are both local. So softball has 3 games at Marywood on Saturday, and then baseball is hosting College Misericordia because I was a College Misericordia student for one day, but Misericordia University
on Saturday
on
Sunday
at 12 here.
Nice long marathon games.
Yes, so none of those will be streamed, of course, because it's fall baseball. But if you want to see some baseball, stop
on out.
Speaking of baseball, I made a trip to Massachusetts on Saturday to see my firstborn. He acknowledged me.
Acknowledge me.
That's great. I heard you even went out to dinner.
And yes.
Nice.
Much to his chagrin.
Well, I wanted to get home. I don't live a half hour away. I live 5 hours away, and I wasn't spending the night. But he talked me into it, even though the team had a nice spread afterwards. Of some home cooked meals and stuff too. He still wanted to go out, so we went out. We watched the first half of Colorado game. We watched Colorado game and spent some time together, and it was good. It was a very good time,
awesome.
and he played well, and hopefully he plays better in 2 weeks.
The important thing,
So
good.
Yeah. And then the polar bear did not qualify for states,
but he got an opportunity to.
He choked. He had it in his sights with 3 holes to go, and then that's his words. He choked. He needed a birdie 16, 17, and 18 on the way in to get there, and he birdied 16, which is a tough par 3. Par 5, 17, his approach.
Not so much.
He's in the fairway in between clubs, and I'm like, oh boy, he's in trouble.
Yeah,
and
right.
He hit it into some waste area, almost out of play. It would have been, and then he had to just chip out like a foot. It was much. He said he couldn't even see his ball. It was very so bad, and then the wheels fell off the last 2 holes.
But in contention to possibly get there for someone who's only been golfing for 4 years.
Yes, he just got clubs 4 years ago. He's playing against kids in his group that have their name on their back. So, kudos to the polar bear for hanging in there. Stuff too. So, how are your boys doing? All right?
Yeah.
Is Big E going to do any basketball this year or soccer? No, nothing?
No, right now, given the option for soccer, he said he wanted to play T-ball in the fall, but we don't have it offered, and that's fine. Didn't want to force it on him.
Right.
Wanted to, but didn't want to.
Exactly.
So that was fine. So no, and he's in preschool, so there's really no basketball offerings or anything like that. I asked him if he wants to do indoor at Riverfront again. He said not really.
Okay.
Told me he wants to play the violin.
Good. I love the violin.
And he's reading like a lot. So it's not a brag on moment, but we sat down and he was reading, and I was like,
"This is the moment
Amanda,
we're bragging about our kids."
Did you read that book to him before yet? And she said no, and I'm like, "Oh, did you ever read it?" He said, "No, Daddy, this is it." And he read it, and I was like, "Holy smokes!"
What's he reading? Crime and Punishment, Tolstoy?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Can I give him my textbooks?
A Joe Gatto kids book, which was great that my sister got for him. And everything is everything, the wet floor sign, wet floor, sure, which is cool. But no sports right now. We ride our bike a lot, which is great, and he likes to run. He does it in the house a lot and runs around, so we're teaching him proper form.
Good.
Ready, set, go, and comes down on the blocks. If I have a video, I'll send it to you. No, everything's good. Everything's good.
Ferg?
We're playing soccer right now.
All right, good.
My 5-year-old. He's in kindergarten, but he's playing soccer. He's been playing soccer on the wrong team for the last month and a half or so, and we're just going to keep him on that team for now. So things are going well. He's going to do bitty basketball, and I'm going to be an assistant coach.
All right, Ferg, coach him up.
Coach Ferg.
Coach Ferg. All right.
What's up?
Man, I miss my kids being young and playing bitty basketball. I do not miss coaching them.
Right, yeah.
It's the worst.
We'll see how long Coach Ferg lasts.
It's the worst because you don't want to, especially as they get a little bit older, you don't want other parents to think you're playing favorites and your kid's playing, and then you yell at your kid. If you want to yell at other kids, you can't. You can just yell at your kid. about the other.
And then
At
you're
that
too hard on
age-
your kid.
Yeah, it's-
At this age, at least they're just learning the
Right.
game, so it's
Oh,
not
this
like
is a
Frank, there's
basketball.
no at
It's
this
not-
age. It's serious. Let's
can't.
go. So, all right. So we're all doing well. Hopefully, everyone else is doing home.
And then we
That's
do
watching
have to
too.
mention, we just mentioned basketball, winter sports.
That's right.
Officially kicked off on Tuesday. So
Yep.
men's and women's basketball and
wrestling. Yep.
You know, so some good things
Right
going
around the
on,
corner,
and
we'll
they'll have
have-
their media day at the end of the month.
Yep.
I just took the words right out of your mouth.
Yep.
There's no doubt, but I was all over that.
Yep. And then Triple Threat Tom will be back, and Steve Young on the call for our home
Takedown
event.
Tom, triple threat Tom.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, good.
TD Tom.
Everything. Tom.
Tom.
That's why he's
Just
Ferg.
Tom.
Ferg. It just stands for everything.
Tommy.
Yes. All right. We're good.
All right.
We're wrapped.
Let's
All
go.
right.
We have staff meeting.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week on the Falcons Corner. Take flight.